In this week leading up to the Legacy match, we've had a lot to work on, specifically in our individual skill, our team fighting, and playing around win conditions. Going into the match specifically, we're definitely going to need to put something in our draft to deal with Lost. He's been having standout performances recently, and that's an area of the map where we're definitely going to look to focus. We think that if we give our bottom lane a matchup where they can get through the laning phase, our solo laners will be able to get us through, and then later in the game, when we team fight, we will be able to execute. We've been practicing a lot. We know how to play around neutral objectives very well. We can play around priority better than they can, and that's how we're going to take the series.
Take a look at our first game of the day, AV Gaming taking on Legacy. And let me start by saying, I feel like today's match is something of a mismatch of expectations, because at the start of this year, Legacy has said, Carbon said, look, this is a year of us rebuilding. And now 6 months later, they look like the best team in the OPL. Meanwhile, AV said this is their year to win it all, and they've been kind of struggling the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, AV have been saying that for a while now, and they've kind of remained around 4th, 5th for 2 years.
You know, over that break, they slowed down a bit, and they haven't really picked up the pace since.
They haven't really, in the last couple of weeks, taken a series off one of the top teams. This could be it.
Legacy definitely have been adapting to this meta very well, going through with a lot of team fighting, team compositions. AV, a bit of a shaky start, especially with their Wukong top in the first game after patch 7.14.
We trust each other, we communicate clearly, we know exactly how this composition works, we know our item strengths. Let's just play smart, play restraint, and we will win this game.
Down, Kled in the back lines on top of Claire. That's one falling. Carbon goes down next. Triple going to be picked up here for another kill for AV. Flash, no, that's a re-engage. It's going to be the Cho'Gath that's in trouble. Shockwave misses again. And Health, Carbon's in the pit taking damage. Flags and drags. There's the Temper Fate. Locks 3 down members as well as Baron. But Baron picked up by Kalista. Carbon now in trouble. Flagging and dragging into the fight, but he gets killed. Blinky's flashing forward with Sybil as well. Series gets the bear trap on the road. Will knock back Lost, and it's going to be a one-team fight for AV as well as Baron picked up. Great job this game. He's level 16 already. That's a flash for Tally. Gets the silence. Great shockwave this time, but Triple gets out alive, and Blinky's left to deal as much damage as he wants. Gets hit by Temper Fate, but Tally will fall. Rips the spears out of him. Lost is trying to get into the backlines. Will take down Triple and hop away. Good shutdown, but everyone from AV collapses on top of the AD carry from Legacy. Series charging into the backlines, but they're already onto the Nexus turrets here. Legacy will put up a last stand, but it's not going to be enough. They take down the mid laner, but that's about it. And AV charge towards the Nexus. They take game 1 over Legacy.
And what a surprise. I mean, that is absolutely massive for the Avant Gaming lineup. They come in, they pick up a 27-minute victory, and after the laning phase, that one was never in doubt, Finn. That was a one-sided affair. Legacy look a little bit... How they go for it. Instead, they do the do-si-do.
They're trying to lock down Lost. He gets stunned and locked down by Jake. That's going to be first blood picked up by Blinky, and that destroys the Adoration stats.
What a play coming out of the AV lineup. Although now they're here.
They're going for a fight. Equalizer's been used. Blinky flashes out of it, and Jake dashes away.
Do have to be careful they don't overextend. Corky's got the inside track. They've got a teleport coming in. Double teleport coming in, actually.
This is going to be a big fight. Triple's going to get there first. Legacy have to try and fight this one 4 on 5 to kick things off, but they've already killed Cupcake. Lost is stuck against everyone. Throws out the Whirling Death, but he's going to fall as well. Double kill for Sybil. Make that another one picked up by Blinky as well. And AV have stormed onto Summoner's Rift again.
That's tough, yes.
Yeah, peel back, Zach. Look at Zach, go Zach.
Feeling?
I'm
ulting.
Go Rumble.
They're all in my ult. They're all in my ult. Finish them
Fuck him up!
Finish them.
I'm going. 2 seconds, I'm flashing.
Finish Lucian, we end. Finish Lucian, we end.
Yeah, end the game. Good shit.
Fuck
We're
yeah.
going to take it down as well, and AV are charging towards the Nexus.
They hit the go button and they get it. 24 minutes into this game, they kill everyone but Cupcake, but Ajana can't defend Torrance Fish, and that will be the clean 2-0.
That is decisive. League of Legends coming out from Avant Gaming. They storm onto the roof in game number 1. They take it down easily against Legacy. They're having a bit of trouble here without their minions destroyed.
It's okay. It's okay.
Quick.
It's okay. It's okay.
Relax.
Relax. Hit the fucking Nexus.
You can fucking scream. It's fine.
No.
Just hit the
Nexus.
thing.
Hit the Nexus.
You can scream. Just hit this.
Nexus.
Yes, just hit it.
Just hit it. I don't want to scream. I just want to fucking end the game.
They're not mutually exclusive.
They're not mutually exclusive.
Well, I mean, I was a bit worried because you don't get the fucking bonus if you let that minion die. I set that tank, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
I was right.
You're right. Simmer down.
Simmer down, mate.
We're gonna.
That was not sloppy. I can say a lot of things, but that wasn't sloppy. That was fucking flick.
The week of practice heading into the Legacy matches was definitely the best week of practice that we've had this split. The general atmosphere in practice at the moment and the mentalities and mindsets of the players and myself has improved a lot off our losses, and we were definitely coming in strong. We've changed a lot about the way we practice as well. We're very much challenging ourselves, and that shows in the way that we draft in scrims and the changes that we make in our drafts to game day. I don't want to say too much, but we're definitely playing with more intent to learn than intent to win.
Yeah, we definitely had a huge change up in our practice style. Obviously, we won't release specifics, but yep, the whole thing got reworked. After we lost to the Chiefs and also to Abyss, we knew that something had to change and that we couldn't keep going the way that we were. So we spent a lot of time discussing it. We even decided that it wasn't even meaningful to play scrims at all until we had come to a conclusion about the direction we wanted to go in. So yeah, we literally just stopped playing, stopped doing anything, and we sat down for hours. It took literally hours, maybe even a whole day of just straight talking to come to a conclusion and what we wanted to do, and for everyone to vent all their feelings and their frustrations.
So this week going into Legacy, I kind of felt really improved as a player as a whole, just because of structural changes towards our practice, and yeah, it really showed on the weekend, and I could feel myself improving every single day of the week, which usually didn't happen in the previous weeks.
When it came to the actual matches, we felt like they didn't really do much on the day. Like, especially in game 2. They picked 2 lanes of priority in bot lane and then didn't really use it to push an advantage or anything. They never killed our duo. They never pushed their vision too far. Like, they picked counter matchups and then did nothing with it. So in the end, we just got to play exactly what we wanted in terms of our scaling teamfight comps, and then scaled into mid game and just won.
Yeah, I was really confident going into the Legacy match. I think that the last few weeks have sort of changed my outlook a lot on OPL in general. I felt like before we were sort of masquerading under this the fact that we all get along and we're like really fun and we have a great time, but OPL is just not the time for that. And we have a lot of fun for sure together, and we all enjoy each other's company and we're good friends, but this was the first week where everyone was just like razor focused, and nobody said a word for basically 3 hours while we were there. Everyone was just focusing on what they needed to do, thinking about how to get into the zone, and like being very mindful. And I think that really showed. I don't think there were too many mistakes in the game, generally speaking. And yeah, I think that was a result of just the focus that we had before coming into it. Well, game 1 started off kind of poorly because I sort of misjudged my mount on Kled, and then I gave away first blood, but I knew that it's basically irrelevant. It didn't really matter in that comp if they get their Cho'Gath ahead. That's just not how they win the game. So to me, it didn't matter at all. Cho has a very difficult time translating his lead across the map. He can counter jungle, but right now you're in a meta where there's insane catch-up mechanics, as everybody complains about, so that doesn't even matter. So I kept my cool, and it's whatever. There are quite a few highlights. I love Kled because I have a knack for getting good angles on my ults, and I get good engages in that sense. And yeah, we got a lot of good fights with Legacy overextending that just translated us into winning the game.
The first game actually didn't feel quite clean because of what happened at Baron. It really came down to a 50-50, and I'd say we just we got away lucky with that one. And yeah, second game, I had my fair share of errors in the second game, so not content quite yet with my own performance, but my team's got my back.
Definitely outside of the Riot Studio, and we saw the sun for the first time upon coming out, so yeah, that was a different feeling. I mean, I was satisfied with the games, but I didn't feel sort of too happy about it, and I don't know if that's related to the standings or just because of the manner in which we won. While it was clean, like I feel like it wasn't very proactive on our part. We were definitely punishing their mistakes heavily, but it's a lot of overreaching by Legacy. So in that sense, maybe I wasn't as happy as it seemed. So, but yeah, overall, of course, it felt great to get a 2-0 on the top team. Well, from here, we want to be able to see if we can consistently do it. So we have Sin coming up this week, which will be the test, I guess. And we have TM the week after, which obviously they're still a threat. They can take games off. I mean, they're taking game off Sin and Legacy, so they can show that they can do it. But Sin will be the big test. And if we can pull off a clean 2-0 or even clean games in general in our wins, then I'll be very satisfied with that.
It's definitely very nice to win 2-0, but I would have much preferred more of a challenge, to be honest. Like, I like winning against top 3 teams. If you were call Legacy a top 3 team right now, which by the rankings you would, so I would have definitely preferred there to be more resistance to what we were trying to do. We kind of just got to sit there and scale, and then they'd make a mistake in a lane assignment and we just collapse on them and kill them. I definitely think that won't be able to happen again against other teams. Even teams like Sin and teams like Abyss won't do that. They will definitely be looking to gain advantages early. And Legacy drafted towards that style and were unable to do so. If our goal is to win Gauntlet, which it is, then we definitely need to know how to play our reserve style against stronger teams who will have a more oppressive early game, and we will also know how to match them. And then going into later in the game as well, we need to refine on what we're already good at, which is team fighting, mid-game macro, neutrals, things like that. So it's a good indicator, and it's nice to win, but it was pretty easy.